How's it going, team? Just thought I'd jump on here and do a wee video really about myself, because if you've been following for a while, you know who I am, you know about my previous trucks, or truck, where we've come from. But if you haven't been following for too long, might as well update you. So yeah, realistically I'm just another Kiwi kid who loves his NZ performance car and enjoyed the classic JDM cars. Bought myself a 2013 Hilux back in 2018. So I was nearly 19, yeah, a month before I turned 19, bought my Hilux from Toyota up in Hamilton. 20-inch rims, terrible, absolutely loved it, coolest thing in the world. And you know, it was a 5-year-old vehicle at the time, newest one any of the mates had, so we all thought it was just absolute hot shit. And I started slowly doing it up. You know, I saw people doing it online. I grabbed some N80 running boards, you tint it, you do all the rest. And yeah, well, I decided to make a page, kind of to take the piss out of a small car group here. You know, they just had their absolute shit boxes and they made a page. So I was like, oh, I'm going to do one. This is funny. I've got a Hilux on 20-inch rims. Utes of New Zealand. Most basic name. Shorten it down, UONZ. And to my surprise, it took off. It took off a lot more than I thought, you know. Within a few months, we had got 1,000 followers. I remember getting my first Alibaba stickers. I think I paid about $5 for like 20 of them. Sent them out for free. I think I had 103 followers, and I said to my missus, I went, right, that's it. We're on, we're getting stickers. And that was just surreal because people were rocking my brand. And that was when it all really started. I started learning and working on my cars a lot because I didn't really touch anything before. So that was a big one for me, a lot of learning from people. And yeah, just fell in love with my truck even more. I'll put some clips in here. Those of you who know about it, you know that thing was my baby. Owned it for 6 years and sold it last October.
Watch it not sell.
I'd never planned to get into the four-wheel drive game. It wasn't anything that I wanted to do, admittedly. Didn't understand it, didn't see any point to it, don't know why you needed a four-wheel drive. But went on a few trips, mainly with the Kiwi four-wheel drive team. Went up to Potu for my first trip. That was just unreal. And that's where I sort of went, wow, I get it now. I get why everyone's building these big rigs, turning them into houses on wheels. Like, I get it. And it's quite a cool feeling when you get that understanding as to why someone does one thing and you'll do another. Like, I loved absolutely sacking up my trucks. And yeah, I still miss that grey thing. That was my baby. But I grew that understanding of why they were doing that to theirs. So it was quite cool getting that mutual appreciation for different kind of builds. That was a big learning curve. And yeah, bought my Triton stock as last year in October. Sold my truck. We drove over to Taupo for laid out at the lake. Sold my truck basically an hour after we got there. Brock drove me over to, where did we go? Te Awamutu maybe? I think Te Awamutu. Picked up the Triton. If that one was no good, there was a backup in Tauranga we were off to get. And then it really started from there. And now the truck's grown into what it is today. It's not too shabby really for 8 months. I'd say I've done alright, especially for a Triton. Yeah. Trying to think what I've rambled about and what I haven't really rambled about, but I just love the lowered trucks. That's what I do love. Like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my four-wheel drive, and I'm absolutely into it now. I love it. I love getting out there. That trip last week we did to the mountains, that was amazing. I will never go back to just having a daily two-wheel. I'd love to get another one, but I just love that truck. The opportunities you have in a four-wheel drive are absolutely insane, and that's what I really enjoy. Is now I get both sides, because I've got Lux 2 Low outside, and I've got not the Hilux, the Triton, and it may not be the best of the best, but that's the other thing. I've found that there's some toxicity in the full drive community, but for the most part, everyone is so supportive of just getting out there. Doesn't matter what you have, doesn't matter what you got, how cheap it is, how expensive it is. It sounded funny. You just get out there with your friends. It doesn't matter what you're driving, as long as you're out there. That is the main thing, and that's what I've found so cool. Let's cut off the rambling there a little bit. I'm just going on and on, but I suppose we'll move on to Lux 2 Low. Now, that thing is sitting outside, and we may have gone a little lower. It's, yeah, she's low. We'll go and open it up, eh? So, if you've been following, you know that we've previously blown this engine. I got it back on the road after 3 months because it was leaking like hell, and then we had it off for 2 days, and then it shat the bed and blew its bearings apart. Now we've been sent the wrong ones 3 times, but the guy's getting some from Aussie. So we'll see what happens. 1990 Hilux, you can sort of see the purple peel there in the paint. Nothing special. Oop. Good old 2.4 litre petrol. A lot of you are probably wondering what the plans are with this. Now, if you've been following, you know that I want to do an engine swap. And well, it's still kind of on board. We have got a 3SG manual ECU and loom. We're slowly collecting a few other parts to get the build happening. Realistically, I need to buy a whole Altezza and work from there. But yeah, she's off the road. Those parts should be here this week, so we can at least get the 22R running again. Absolutely love this truck. Just something about old school. I guess it takes me back to what I actually like is JDM shit. It's sick. But yeah, I suppose we'll get to cleaning this thing because we went and found some mud last night, so let's get to it. Well, just that has taken over an hour, and there's probably still mud everywhere. We haven't even begun to clean it, that's just the rims. Yeah, safe to say it's still dirty, but now I'll give it a proper scrub down. And then I think we might even roll this thing out because I feel a bit bad. It's the dirtiest it's ever been. One of the boys came over the other day and he just reckons, what the hell, man? Because this thing is always perfect. Let's see where the water's leaking through there. Poor bloody Hilux. Well, team, I'll get to scrubbing. Cheers for checking in, and we'll catch you in the next video, I suppose.